Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're going to go into part 2 in our dice roll best of 5 series. Might be doing this a little bit more often as we have found it a nice refreshing way to play at work. This is game number 3 in the best of 5, so if you did miss the first video, it'll be linked up in the top right so you can go watch the first half. We saw a bunch of decks played. This one is going to be seeing Armour Rush versus a Ragnaloard profile, which will be coming to the channel soon. I am just waiting on the final card to arrive from a seller in Lithuania. That is taking its damn time. But I'm looking forward to bringing this one to the channel because I really like this new Ragnaloard profile. And the Armour Rush on the left is most of the same profile that I'm going to be taking to Ultimate Cup this weekend. Although that said, by the time this video comes out, it'll be after Ultimate Cup, so hopefully I'll be able to let you know how I did. I'm going to see the Magmon built up in the back of the jamming Veemon just to get some space out. Our right side player did get to play the weaker of the two Ragnaloard decks earlier in the best of 5 in the first vid, and it went pretty well. He was top decking into what he needed. Currently though, not looking so hot. The Ludamon is going to go under for 3 and just reveal that Diaboromon. Doesn't look like we're seeing any level 4s currently, so we're going to see the pass go over. Jamming just going to swing straight into security, why not? It's there. And the Magnamon is going to go in, was kind of hoping to swing into a big body so that way I could get the restand, proc the EX1, but we're not going to be doing that. Instead, hit into the X antibody, which means the second Magnamon is actually going to pass turn at 1, which will at least shut down a little bit of pressure that he could try and give in. We've obviously got one blocker, and he's just going to pass. There's nothing he can do. That Ludamon that did go down stops him from being able to Digivolve over. So definitely kind of unfortunate, and we're just going to apply the pressure. Double fire rocket. So first one is the Diaboromon, which crashes, and then the Veemon clears up the Veemon. Not ideal, but damage is damage. I'm going to swing into the Legend Armor Alliance, which is going to let him play a card for free as long as it's 7 cost or less. Diaboromon comes out and just kind of shows that we were missing the level 4s. In this kind of format where you're only getting one check with the deck, it definitely does suck. And memory efficiency with the Awakening of the Golden Knight is going to let us go into Magnamon X antibody for 3 costs instead of 4, which brings it down. And the Diaboromon is going to pass turn, swing for game. It's a very quick game 1. Bricking does suck. And now we're down to effectively a coin flip. Just did odds and evens on the D4. And we've got Yellow Hybrid versus the Red Hybrid for game number 4. So these are the last of the decks that were in the rotation. We have actually expanded our rotation a little bit, and there will be more decks coming to this. So hopefully plenty of variety, even with the smaller sample size of decks. And hopefully I'll be going to locals at some point after a move to try and just get new players and all that. So Yellow Hybrid is a list that people have definitely found difficult to play with at work whilst they adjust to it. The lack of level 3s kind of throws off people's conventional thinking. Even the players that play hybrids currently have a lot of level 3s in their list. So that's why the Yellow Memory Boost is going to come out turn 1. Was going to scoop up the Patamon, but is looking to take the Hybrid instead. Speaking of those level 3s though in the hybrid lists, we're going to go straight up into the Agudimon stack. And the Analog Boy is going to pass over just 2 memory, pick up the Ancient Greymon, and send 2 hybrids to trash. Looking to set up a Takuya later on. Yellow Memory Boost comes out once again, cracking the first one and grabbing the second. And we are going to see the Cody come down 4-3. Not going to get anything from the Cody, because obviously no yellow Digimon on the field currently. Considering the Gravity Crush, but considering the Digivolution cost is for 2. Gonna see the Atomic Inferno come down for 1. It's gonna boost the attack, and then we are gonna go swinging, Digivolving. So that should be 4 checks. First one, Wyvern's Breath hits for 15, but we are +1 thanks to the Demi-Mera, but we are then gonna die into the next Digimon we see in security. Gonna gain back the memory thanks to the Analog Youth, hatch out the new Digimon, and we're gonna whip the level 4 play straight away. So that way we go into the Flamon, which is then going to give us a level 3 back. Obviously it would have been nice actually to play the Flamon out and then go into that piercing Flamon that we drew, but too many times I've whiffed on the Digivolution, so I decided to go up in Raising instead. The TK is going to reveal that Maycrack, add it to hand. But it's really just no board presence here. Hasn't been able to get any Digimon out over the hybrids. And hasn't really been able to get much memory going. Just see, searching that trash just to check that we got 5. Another yellow memory boost going to be coming out and just not finding anything. 3 tamers. Head on the desk, it definitely is a struggle. I've been considering adding a couple more rookies to the yellow hybrid list in order to make it a little bit more beginner friendly, but the deck itself obviously thrives when it pops off and people understand it, so a learning curve for a lot of players. And a short game 4, 2-2 now. Final game, we're seeing Diaboromon list that we have shown off in last week or 2 weeks ago's video. Playing against a selection of any of the decks that won previously, so even though it's bricking horrendously in this part of the best of 5, decided to bet it all in a dice roll and go for the weaker of the 2 Ragnalords to see if maybe he could find a way to force the brick out. Arata going to come down, which isn't going to have anything yet, and we're not going to get greedy with the Kurisari. I'm just going to build it up so that way we can abuse Rush later. I've learned from the green hybrid game where we tried to focus too much on the when Digivolving on play Arata. I'm going to see the Ludamon come out once again. And is going to top deck into a whiff. Considering moving out, but we know we can't really apply too much pressure, so we're just going to Digivolve up in the back into Infomon and go for a second Arata. So that way when we go into Diaboromon, we're going to be putting out some big tokens, and they're all going to have Rush as well. Currently not gaining any memory though, but as long as he swings into security at least once, then he might be able to put up the numbers. Although that said, there's also the possibility that he just, if he passes, that's going to struggle. Instead, he's going to Legend Arm Alliance for 1, which allows him to play the Zuba Egamon and gain the memory back keeping turn, which honestly, the keeping turn probably not ideal. We're going to pass over way too much memory. The Congo would be nice, but obviously the Diaboromon is in the back and he would be able to get around it. All it would do would stop us from being able to actually keep turn with this Digivolution. So it's going to play its own Diaboromon token, and then 2 more tokens come out thanks to the Arata tap. And thanks to Kurisarimon, we do have Rush on all 3 tokens. We're going to get swinging. The first one is going to get blocked, and the second one is going to swing straight at security as well. Hit into Ludamon, and then we see a second come in. We're going to see the Diaboromon swing in, but I'm actually kind of curious. Would this Diaboromon deletion actually let the token have Rush? If it should, let me know in the comments, because it was something that we weren't sure as to whether it would actually give the Rush or not, so we didn't swing with it. And we are just going to play another Arata to pass the turn. We'll get that egg out of there in a second. But yeah, not sure if because of the order you could have the on deletion, play the token, get Rush, and then the whole stack disappears. Was my reasoning behind it possibly having Rush, but if that's not the case, then do let me know, because I would be curious to see if you could just take a parting shot for it, almost like a token for game, if you can force it to just delete itself. Caramon going to be built up in the back. We do have 3 tokens. One's going to die, the other's going to swing in, die, and that's our whole field cleared out. Kurisarimon coming in for 2, Infomon for 3, and we're just going to play out the Caramon to pass for 3. Does mean that he now has to find a way to answer the board, as well as set up a block, because he's going to only be able to block with 1. Tries to show something with the top deck, but now doesn't actually have the level 5 to go over the tier Ludamon in order to get the draw into the direct smasher. Just going to play the Zuba Egamon in order to delete the Digimon. The block will be there for the first one, but Diaboromon once again comes out, sending out 4 tokens in the process, and we are going to swing for game. Bricking, unfortunately, the name of the game today, but hopefully future games might see a little bit more back and forth. Hope you guys have enjoyed the deck dice roll kind of series, because we do want to do this more often on the channel, so let me know if you enjoyed it and we'll make sure to be bringing it more often. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you do, to let us know that you are enjoying the videos, and you can catch them when they go live. We'll see you next time.